Hello. Oh no, too soon. Hello, folks. Welcome to this video. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've done any videos, and this is kind of a special one. This is where I'm gonna see. I've done a DNA test. I did it several years ago, and it's kind of updated a few times since I did it originally. We're gonna go and take a look at it. I'm not surprised by what it tells me, but there's what we got. And one thing that they have now, and it looks like it's going to be updated again because they're adding 8 new regions, and and this is the newest thing right here. This is an interesting little ad that they have because you can actually see who you got from whom and which side of the family it came from, and like what percentage from each parent. Yeah, see, that's where I got it from, and that is me. So we got, yeah, so straight the full 33% for my dad. Most of the English, Scottish, and Wales all came from my mom's side. And then I got a little bit, of course, the Swedish, Danish, Norwegian. Yeah, this number's changed because the last update, my Norwegian was higher than my Swedish, and now it's changed again. And then 6% Germanic, 2%. Oh, this is the only one that I got from both sides, which is interesting. And then of course the 1% from my dad of the Russian descent. So yeah, it's kind of not much else to really say or talk about in this situation. And let's see, let's go back. What is it doing? It's still loading something. What are you still loading? Yeah, it's very muggy where I'm at right now because I don't have AC. So let's go back a page. I know it's going to take a minute, and I don't know how well this video quality is going to be. Well, the video quality sucks because it's an in-laptop camera. Yay, I'm so looking forward to another update to my ancestry DNA stuff. Come on. There you go. Almost there. I'm almost tempted to like do it again to see if it changed. But no. I mean, it's been several years since I initially did this. But yeah, it breaks down to the different regions within the areas that there's a lot of on my family tree, this is where they came from. Of course, a lot of my mother's family came from the little northwest corner or southwest corner of England. We got the hair inheritance. Now I'm interested to see what this thing is going to look like when this is, because it doesn't look like it's up and running just yet. Chromosome painter. And then there's the communities. Separates many communities. Yeah, I got a lot of the ancestor connections in that little region of the United States. That's where a lot of them settled before they spread out through the rest of the country. And then look at how many DNA matches have come up and I haven't even gone through all of them yet. But of those, only 195 of them are sharing locations. Yeah, this needs to be updated because my cousin Jessica doesn't live in Alaska. Unless that's somebody else. And then we can go look at my DNA matches, which is kind of interesting on some of those, especially where I'm at now. they say they're in the extended family, but when I like go look at their trees to see how they connect to me, they end up being a lot closer relative than what the DNA percentages are breaking down. This is how I've been doing a lot of my. Yes, I know the name on here is not the name I have on YouTube. Yeah, because I'm kind of surprised that one of my somebody on my close to my grandpa actually got his DNA. That's the only person I can think of that this connection was when I initially looked at it. Now this is the whole list. Now I can kind of like if I want to expand my ancestry, I just click on common ancestors. It'll sequence the list to where I can actually go. I'll have to scroll down a ways to find a one I haven't found yet. As soon as it loads. So I gotta scroll all the way down. Gotta take my time because it takes a minute to generate if I go too fast. Yeah, see some of these cousins I actually know and I've actually met. Some of these I've never heard of. I know you, Katie. Okay, da-ba-doo. Oh, come on, come on. Okay, hurry up. I'm trying not to go too fast. I want the whole list to show up. And some of these were kind of tricky to find, especially when you only got like two initials. And then some of these trying to connect, I had to kind of, I can't think of the word, substitute in a way, because the only one that I had closest to the match for the connection had the same birth year, but their name was completely different. And like some of these, they have actually trees I can look at to kind of break it down and follow, but not all of them do. And the only way I've been able to connect to all of these matches has been a fun. I've had to add people just to be able to connect. You know, like this is the last. These are the last two. These are the last three I just added. Some of these were a little easier to do because I already had most of the people. Like this one, I had to add a whole bunch of people. This one, especially, I had to add a bunch of people. And like right now, so I'm currently on this gal right here. So I can go in here. And it tells me what they think she is related to me between fourth and sixth cousin. And it looks like it's on my mom's side. But see now, unfortunately, this one is private. But like right here, these green highlights, that means I have similar last names in my tree. So that's probably the connection right there to this person. Then I can go over here and look at James Ellis, which is someone I have in my tree already. And then like it'll bring it down because here's me, my mom, grandma, great grandmother, great great grandma, grandpa, three triple great grandfather, as it says. And then it brings me down that the relative connection is a sister to my great great grandfather and her son, his daughter, which I don't have, so this is the person I would start from to find the connection here. So it's going to be like find this person because so she married this person or this person's last name. So that's how that connection there. And then he married somebody and had her, which connects to her daughter. This gal's daughter is the mother of this gal. And this is saying it's fourth cousin, roughly. Now let's see, because when I do this, I have to kind of pull up two windows. So I got to come over here, pull up another window, bring this up. And these are for all those people who are like are trying to do all this type of stuff, which I kind of am, getting down to the nitty gritty and finding and connecting my matches. It's also nice when I don't have to do so much to get to them. So I go to tree, my tree. Yes, it's going to be, well, it's going to be from the last person that it said I was on, or last person I searched for, I guess you could say. So I can go tree search, I can come over here, looking for Albert. If I can type correctly. And then of course gotta find it. Oh my god. Really phone? Yes, my phone. And there he is. Okay, my phone's charged. Alright, so I go here, then I click on him. Which brings me to his tree part of the tree. Then I go look at his profile and see if I already have somebody who might be. Oh yeah, see, I haven't even done anything with this guy. So it looks like he's got a stepmother and his siblings. Yeah, a lot of my mom's side of the family had huge families. All right, and then of course it gives me a bunch of hints. Let's see, does it tell me his wife in the grave stuff? Probably not. Because there's only like a few records that I can actually access when I do this. Because I'm not a paying member, so... Oh, hey, there we are. There's the person I need to add, so Mabel. So I can click here. I'll just go Mabel for now, because I'll have to check it again, because I forgot the middle name. Leona, okay. I can edit, update. Nope, no, that's the last name. That's not the last name. Leona. And then since that's the only or the only record I have on here, let's go see what other records I have, because I have access to at least 1940s records and 1950s records. Yeah, see, there's the 1950s record. Albert Lee, Mabel, and it's like a son, so it's not Maxine. But of course, when was she born? Maxine was born in 24, so she should be in the 1940s or 50s. Well, most likely the 1940s record. Yeah, so there's Meryl. It's another one of the kids. So is it double E or single E? Because 50s record shows is a single E. This one shows a double E. But yeah, most of the records are single E. Oh, Wiseman. There we go. There, I found his wife's last name. Nope, not bad. Okay. Yeah, I know. You guys are actually watching me work on my family tree, which is probably not something someone's ever actually done in a video before like this. I mean, there probably is someone out there that's done it, but I just happen to want to do it because I can. So then this is how it brings me up the record. I already know that the person that this record is for is correct, and it looks like we got a couple children in there. Mervyn, Marion, and Mary. That's gonna be tricky. So 24. So 1950s, 24 years, or 1924. Take away 50. That's what I need. Or doop-doo. Yep. I'm using my calculator. 1950. Take away 1924. So it should be 26. So it might be Marion. Might be the closest person to the one that's listed. Because unfortunately, this is showing it as a gives me evaluate, so I can evaluate to determine if this is the real person. But I have to have access to these trees in order to do it, and you have to be a paying member to even access the trees. So yeah, there's a lot of connections, or a lot of trees that have a similar name. But as I said, like 26 years, she's the closest one that would possibly be that connection to this person I'm trying to look up. So, okay, that one's already set. That one's, ooh, Portland, huh? Yeah, it's close by. 1950, he lived up here in Oregon. Okay, see, and then we do all that. I go next, and then give me the option to add this to these person's profiles, which gives me information that I can do to update, at least like basically a stepping stone on how to get started on having records populate. And I like to have it to where it pops up a certain way, and then I'll add all 3 children, so I can at least have a basis to work off of to try to connect to see if there was another child that was roughly the same age. Yeah, because so this kid, or the Mervyn, was born in 21, so and Marion, which is the one that's closest, yeah, she was born in 24. So she's probably going to be the one that connects, because she's the only one that has that fits the appropriate age range for the gal that I'm looking for that connection. But she goes by Marion. So I guess that Maxine might be another name for Marion. Yeah, that's where it gets a little tricky on some of these people. I mean, she could have been born, well, it says 2024, so, and this person is the only one that fits that birth year, unless there's a twin. If there's a twin, well, then yeah, definitely be an interesting connection there. Okay, so I can save it to the tree. Because this one's private, I don't know if who she married. I mean, it could have been a Pedro. Well, no, because then this gal would have to, because she is a Pedro, so her father is a Pedro. So whoever she married is the father of this gal. You know, sometimes these are kind of off when it comes to these. It could be a guy, it could be a girl. Yeah, so we got Mervyn, Marion, let's see, and we go look at the 1940s record and see who else could have been in the family at that time. Of course, the record's gone. Oh, because it was, oh, there it is. All right, so let's review this record and see what pops up. Missouri. Something I'm worried about. All right, so now we have Mervyn, Mildred, Marion, Medine. Oh, she could be that. There's possibility that person could also be Maxine. Because sometimes those years may be close, but not quite. I mean, it is possible to have 2 children in the same year if they're 9 months apart or something like that, I guess. Because the eldest one is Merrill, because that one's not in the 1950s one. Mervyn's in the 1950s. Mildred is gone. Marion is still there. Medine's not there. I think Mary's there, and Marjorie's not. Okay, let's go see what this one's bringing up. So Albert Lee. Oh, see, now we actually got a more birth year. Well, that was already put in. Never mind. Oops, that was already put there. So let's update this because I like these to be. Yeah, these usually I like to break these into like the city, county, state, and country. At least in the United States, that's how it breaks down on most of these. District 5, Sydney, Richland. So that one's a different one because they put in a District 5 and some other stuff. This is Richland is the county. Sydney is the district or city, I guess. Yeah, so Mary, Marion, and Mervyn were still, yeah, so it's showing Marion as a male. And we get Merrill, Mildred. Mildred could be another possibility, or Madine. So let's add this to Mabel's. Mabel Wiseman. Let's update this. Add it to Mary. Everything else is the same. Marion. Yeah, so it's got to be one of those other two is the only possible that could be a Maxine. Some of these names could be called as a Maxine, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be Mildred. That's probably going to be my closest. I know I said that with Marion, but according to this, Marion's a guy. And then Mervyn E, Colorado. Let's see, Sydney, Montana. All right, and we go Merrill. Wait a minute. Let me double check that. Make sure that we're not getting duplicate names on here. Oh, don't look like it. Okay. I thought that was a duplicate birth year. Oh, 21 and then 1920. Let's update this. Since it's the new one, I got to do all this other add-ons. That one's already updated. There we go. Then we got Mildred. Oh my god! Of course it's going to do that. We got to go back up here and modify these to the appropriate spelling because according to most of the records, they only have one E in their name, not two. Oh, there's the other one. That's 1920. Or is that the same one? Okay, so they had Mervyn and then they had Merrill. Colorado, Richland, Montana, Richland. Only one E. Yeah, because I know, like, when you look at the actual handwritten records, that's how you can, some of these letters are getting confused, is when you look at those handwritten records. So this one says 22 for Mildred. I mean, it's only like a 2-year age difference to that compared to what that Maxine one is. And that's one of those things where you have to get, like, you kind of just have to make a decision because it says 24 on the record on the person that's wants you to evaluate, but I won't know more until I can actually go check out that person on the tree once I get all these names added. So I'll do this, and then Marjorie is the last one on the list, but definitely not this one. Yes, I know this ends up being a lot of work, especially if you don't have the patience to do this kind of thing. It's a lot of work. Sorry, I'm just picking up stuff that I knocked off my coffee table. Alright, so we're done with that. Alright, so we got all we can, because I don't have access to these other records because I'm not a paying member. Mabel. Ooh, Pocahontas, Iowa. Ooh. AT, Albert. Okay, so we got that. So let's go to Mildred because she's the closest to the proper year that I can find. I mean, my Medine could be close too because she's 25. She's probably gonna be a lot closer. But let's see if there's any other alternates that might pop up for Mildred. If it'll even give me records yet, because I might not have enough information to get records. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have enough information. But she is the appropriate cousin designation. So all these kids are the appropriate cousin. Oh, there we go. Now we got some records. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, well, we got a death record, so that's going to give us a lot of information. Usually, a lot of these ones give a lot of information, like when she was born, when she died, what her married name was, possibly kids if they're not in there. And then we got a 19. Oh yeah, see 1950s. She was married. That's why she wasn't in the 1950s record. So she got out of the house as soon as she could, I guess. And we got marriage record, which is another record I think I have access to. And then I don't think I have access to this record, but it shows everything I need. So let's start with this one. Review. Mildred Lois. Yes. Mildred Teeters. Okay, so now we can update this. I mean, it's easy. I could just click on that box and it'll transfer all the information over, but then it's going to change everything that's already there. So I'll just type it in. Oh, well, I guess in this case, I probably would have to because it'd be so much easier. So let's do this, update that. Logan, Colorado. And then death date. In Everett Junction, Snohomish. And I hate when it does the county. Sometimes it just puts the county in there. So I'll just delete that myself. And then this one I can, yeah, this was just straight up Everett. So why does this say Everett Junction? So I'll just go Everett. Make it a lot easier to determine. Because in 1950 it was probably called Everett Junction, I guess. But in 98 it was just straight up Everett. Okay, next. So that's just showing parents and siblings. So it's going to give me his information again, which I don't need to do anything with. Her mother's information, which I'm not going to need to do much with. Oh, I guess I can update this. Oh, actually, this one actually gives me her mother's death date. So, wow, she was 14 years after that 1950s record, she passed away. And then this one, update that also. Save. All right, so now when I do so I either do the census, I'll do the census record next. So that gives me the parents, or it gives me her husband and at least one child. Yeah, I guess I had one child at that time. So as soon as she turned old enough, she left and got married and had at least one kid. Okay. And then it's gonna add these two. So I'm gonna add this. Robert W. Yeah, I don't like when they put just about. I mean, yeah, I know there's a reason, but because it don't know the exact death date or birth date. But I just get rid of it. Yeah, but since these are like so far out on my family tree, because on most of my close family on my tree, the way I have the birth dates or the dates are a lot different than what the default is in the system on the website. Oh wow, I've been doing this for 30 minutes. Yeah, I know. It's probably not, people probably don't want to sit and watch somebody update a family tree for 30 minutes trying to find a connection. All right, so now I can do the marriage record, which I don't know if I'll have access to. I mean, I can see it here, but when I click this is where, oh, good. Okay, I do have access to it. Ah, Vancouver, Washington. Vancouver, what? Um, that is not the right county. Vancouver is not King County. Is there a Vancouver in King County? How many Vancouver, Washingtons are there besides Washington, Vancouver, BC? Hmm, interesting. There's a typo. They, so did they get married in Vancouver, Washington, or did they get married in Seattle, Washington? Because King County is not Vancouver. King County is Clark. And there's no Vancouver in Oregon. Vancouver, yeah, Clark. That's what it should be. It should be Clark County, not King County. King County is Seattle area. And then we go next, and it'll give me Robert's information again. Yeah, see, it's doing the same thing. Why did they think Vancouver was in King County? Right, well, I guess I gotta actually look at the physical record and see what they... Because why would they have their city of residence and the county they got married in different? Why would they even have to go all the way up to Seattle to even do that? Huh. All right, well, let's go back over to facts. I want to take a look at this record really fast. View image. Because the only way that I can think this would have worked if they live... Yeah, let's see right here. They got married in Clark County. Outer County of King did on the 9th day of April 1948, Church of the Nazarene, Vancouver, Clark, Washington. County State aforesaid joined lawful wedlock Robert Schumer of... Oh, okay, so he's from King County. So that's what's... For some reason, that's got it confused. And Mildred from Multnomah County. So that's interesting. So they got married in a church in Vancouver. He was from King County, and she is from Multnomah County at the time. So that's why the record was being thrown off like that. So where they got married is where I'm going to put the record at. So that's interesting. With the mutual SNIR residents of Olson and Maxine are witnesses. Interesting. Oh, there's the Maxine I'm looking for right there. So who is it? That's the person I'm looking for right there, Maxine. I think I know what happened. Nadine was supposed to be Maxine. Let's go take a look at this record and see what they might have messed up. Why they think that says Nadine instead of Maxine. Yes, I know they're not. This stuff's not perfect, especially when you're looking at these records like this. and they're all in cursive, the whatever system is using the to break apart the letters and turn them into actual readable text is confusing things. So let's see what the middle letter looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna have to zoom in. All right, so where's Medine? Oh, there she is. Yeah, I can see. Oh, wow, that does look like a D. Huh, that is definitely not a D. That is an X. All right, so we found our connection. Yeah, see, I don't know why the system thought that was a D. So let's do this. So I found who I'm looking for. Yes, I know this is going to be a long video, but it's an interesting ride for some people. If anybody's actually stayed here to watch it. There we go. So she was born in 25, not 24. And I thought I updated that, so I guess I got to update it again to make sure that it's one E, not two. Because even the record, does the record show it as double T or double E? I mean, oh, is that my headset saying it's almost dead? Alright, so let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's showing it as 2E. Interesting. So they got it as 2 E's on this record. So let's go look at the. Let's go back to Albert. Once it finally decides to get there. I hope my headset is still on. I might need to put some music to make sure that my headset is still working. Well, it says it's still connected, but I heard it make a noise, so I don't know if it's still actually on, because I am still talking. I didn't say detect problems. I wasn't looking for problems. All right, let's go look at the 50s record. And see what it says. If it's a double E or a single E. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to update all of them. If this one says if this one shows double E instead of a single E. Yeah, so this one's showing a single E. Why would they do that? That is so weird. Yeah, well, this was printed. So how the heck would they get two E's? And this is all printed, so that makes it a little easier to read. All right, and I'll stick with the 1950s because that's the most current record. So they're all going to be single E. I know the 1940s record had a double E in it for some reason. All right, let's get back to Maxine so I can continue on what I was doing. All right, so whoever she marries, they had a daughter, and that daughter had a daughter. So, which is going to be the Pedro. All right, there we go. So we got 9 records for Maxine. All I'm caring about is a few other minor things. If there's even any records I can use. Ah, Henderson. There we go. So she married a Henderson. So now I can add the spouse. I mean, I know I could just do the record and put it in. I'm going to do it this way. So Henderson is the name. Back to the records. Now I can get some more updates on it, get more refined information because, yeah, so this one says 28 September of 24. So that means one of her siblings' birth years is going to be different, which is going to be interesting. So since I already got the record, I'll do this. So it's a little easier and quicker for me to do what I need to do. Delta delta, interesting. All right, then we do. Okay, this one's already set. Update that. Update that. Portland, Multnomah, USA. And Roland Neil Henderson. It's the only thing I'm going to have to add. Well, of course, I'm going to have to attach it to these guys' records. Albert Lee. Everything's good. They're all matching up. Table. Wiseman. I can add something here. So we got May 1st, 1898. Yes, I know it was. Missouri's already good. To March 64. And then we got to add Roland. Neil Henderson. Update. Update. Okay. So it just says USA. He died somewhere in the USA. But not a specific location. Unless I find, well, yeah, I'm not going into his records. He's not the important one in this spot right now. I'm going to have to review this video, see how well it turns out. I don't know how well it's going to turn out, but gosh dang it. Alright, so I guess I'll get rid of this one because I added one I didn't need to add. I forgot to say I already had a person in the tree. I just forgot to... Oh, come on, hurry up. Oh, come on. There we go. So delete this person because that's not the one I need. Alright, that's the one I need. So let's edit him. Gender appropriate him. Come on. And then now things are going to start running slow because I've been on here too long. There we go. Update that. Alright, so I don't need to worry about anything else because I'm already been doing this video longer than I was really planning to. There we go. See, now it's giving me the actual picture that it shows here. So we do all that. Okay. Oh, H. Her middle name is H. Ooh. H. Henderson. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, once you get middle initials and eventually middle names, it brings a lot more up. What? Walton. Okay. So she married a Walton before a Henderson? Interesting. Ah, so in 1950 she was married to a Walton. All right. Well, I guess I gotta add another spouse to this list. So that's gonna make it tricky if it's Henderson's daughter or if it's Walton's daughter. Oh, yeah, spouse. I need spouse. Last name Walton. All right. So that was And now that's going to make it a little tricky now because not sure which one had the daughter. So let's see what else was in the 1950s. Okay, so it was just those two according to this. Let me review it and see what it says. It might be more than that. Yeah, so it's just those two. I'm not going to say no because it is a correct record. I'm just right now determining which is the father of the person I'm trying to connect to, or grandfather of the person I'm trying to connect to. So it looks like it's Robert Walton, huh? Some between 22 and 95. So I'll just do this. So it's not going to matter who I choose. I just got to choose someone to be the father. And because of where that Roland is in this, that she was married to Roland when she died, because that's what the death record is based off of. Yeah. So she might have had kids with him. So sometime after 1930. Because in 1950 she was with Robert. But yeah, I'm just going to go with Roland as the connection. Let's see what pops up for him. If it says any children between the two. Just gotta wait for it to update. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to turn out. That's why I'm going to check it after I'm done. I know this is taking me almost an hour to do. But yeah, I'm going to start trying to speed it up a little bit here. Okay, so then 1930. Whoa, really? It's giving me access to a 1930s record? I don't think so. It was 1940s. According to this, oh yeah, because 1950s he was with his parents. This was before he married. Okay, so then there's where they got married. 1953. Okay, so this was 3 years. Wow, that was a short marriage. 3 years? Unless somebody cheated on somebody. Why is it all of a sudden letting me see all the records now? I know I don't have access to all these records. Wow. All right, well, since she was only with Robert for 3 years, I guess, or less. All right, let's add a daughter then, so I can get this. That's not what I meant to do, but I guess I have to be in fax to get it to work. So let's go daughter, because that's what I need to connect to this gal I'm trying to connect to. Male, female. Okay, nope, not Walton. We'll go with Henderson just to be safe. When I actually get more accurate information, I can figure out from there, because I don't have a name because it's private. And then she married the Pedro, which is the father of the gal I'm trying to connect to. Because I don't think that's her married name. She looks a little too young to be married. All right, hurry up. I'll make sure there's no hints. Probably won't give me any because I don't got enough information to use. All right, well, I guess that's it. So let's add the husband, since that's the only information I have to go off of. And then add their daughter. Alexandra, female. Let's see, it's not going to tell me that information. Okay. And that's all I need to do in order to get this to connect. So then I go back over here, go back to the tree. Yeah, so that's the Henderson right there. Oh, there we go. See, Albert Lee. See, this one's saying Teeters also. But their most current record, they only put one E in their name. And then Mabel, Maxine, married Roland. They had a daughter. Daughter married a Pedro. They had a daughter. All right, so connect to the tree. I come in here. And there she is. Now she's linked to the DNA match, and then I can go in here, edit relationship, which allows me to say what side of the family she's related to and what cousin she's related to. Because see, on this, the highest it goes is fifth cousin. Anything above fifth cousin is just distant relationship. And I haven't really had any half cousins yet that I can think of. I mean, there's probably some out there, but I'll just go with full. That'd be interesting if I had cousins that connected to both sides, which I don't. All right, save. And that's it. That's some are usually quicker than that, but if you don't have a lot of the information, it takes a while to go through an entire list to try to connect to a certain person on a tree. And I'm hoping that all this audio at the end is still coming through, because my headphones have done noises recently. So let's see, it's going to drop me back down to where I was, so I know where I'm going to start next, but it won't be in this video. I hope you guys enjoy. I know this is not something you would normally see somebody do, and if it's something people want to see more of, oh wow, got another teeter, so that's going to be interesting connection there. And wow, that is going to be very interesting, because my youngest brother's last name is Willett. I don't know where that's going to connect, but find out next time. So hope you guys enjoy. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you wish. I know this isn't what my normal content is on my channel right now, but this is something I just wanted to see how it turned out. Till next time, later.